Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jeff and I'm here with Terrence, aka BTA LOL. Today we're going to be going over our opinions and views over the game itself, how it's played so far, and what we think of the general overview of each category. We're going to go over maps, guns, and gameplay. And with the guns, we're going to do general overview today. I will be diving into each category of guns at a later time, and I will be releasing that into a playlist for you guys if you get a good grasp on the guns for this new game. And Terrence, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Terrence. I am a good friend of Jeff's. We play COD and we're boys.
Okay. Thank you, Terrence, for that. And we're going to start out with maps. So, just an overview of the maps. We have Toshin, Raid, Express, Colossus, Retrieval, Blackheart, Exposure, Forge, Homestead, Hijack, Cortex, Scar, Flagship, Den, and Imprint. Three of these we already know from previous games: Black Ops 2, Raid, Express, and Hijacked. They play like they always have. Very good. I like them. I've always liked them. Express is probably my least favorite out of those, but they're all very good maps overall. I think my favorite map personally in this list is going to be Cortex. I really like it. Has the close quarters and in the center and outside along the cliff. It has those long open lanes for AR snipers, whatever you may be able to get into. But you still have a lot of close range combat inside of those. Colossus is also a very close second to me. Kind of same thing. Two lanes for longer with cover that you can bound up and still push the issue, especially on hardpoint with P2, P4, and P3 being on the outside for Colossus. My least favorite, I'll be honest, is Homestead. Very beautiful, very beautiful. However, I just do not like the way it plays. I feel like it flows too much into the house, and you can kind of see most areas from specifically the house. And I really feel like that throws off a lot of the objective-based game modes, because then you're always fighting for the house, even though the hard point, is over by the ice, where that should, in my opinion, have had some cover. But generally speaking and overall, I do believe that these maps are very well designed. I don't have very many complaints overall for the maps. Scar, which is an old one, and Terrence can correct me when he goes over his, if whatever game that is from, I don't fully remember. But I do like the 15 maps we did have starting out for this game. I'm excited to see what they bring back. I do know they're bringing back Yemen in season 1, so that's really gonna be a fun one to have back. Terrence, what's your overview of the maps?
Honestly, you want me to be honest? I really love Cortex. I love it from the beta. It's a very great map. If you're really an AR player, you really love it. In general, a solid map. Den, not the biggest map I love, but it's a good map. Retrieval, don't like it. Honestly, it's more people sitting in their spawns and kind of what's the word for it? It's just a map that I personally don't enjoy. There's some people who actually genuinely do enjoy the map. I just personally just wouldn't. Homestead, honestly, they might as well remove the whole outside of the map and just add the house, because I feel like majority of the people and the majority of the people, like the players in general, just love the house. They love the shack. But it's a decent map. Colossus, I think honestly, some people might disagree with me on this one. Um, I like kind of like this map only because if you're a type of person that's just like likes to rush and likes to just have fun with the game, that map is for you. Honestly, I definitely give that map like an 8 out of 10 for me. Now Express, some people might hate this. I love BO2, love the game in general. I just don't like Express. I'm not that type of person that hates on it. But personally, for me, it's not my favorite. Hijacked, BO2 favorite. Love this map. 10 out of 10. Nothing I could say about that map. Love it to death. Raid, I like it for hardpoint. Don't particularly like it for TDM and just casual gaming. I feel like if that was to be in like comp, people would absolutely go crazy for it. Love Raid. Toshin, well, my honest opinion on this, I don't like it. it's just, I don't know. There's too much stuff going on, and there's a lot of, for me personally, there's a lot of angles you could be exposed from yourself from. If you're peeking that purple side, you're exposed by the top brown window, the bus below you, and you're exposed by two different angles by their spawn. I don't like it personally. Um, it's just not a good map for me. Scar, I believe if I'm not mistaken, this is MW2, maybe 3. I could be wrong. It's an MW map, I knew for sure. I like it. If you're a type of player likes, lay back, maybe get some camos, that map is great for you. Flagship, hear me out. I think this map should be put into a small map playlist. It's a very small map. Ain't much to it. Just feel like it should have its own game mode. Blackheart, love it. Love it for hardpoint. Love it for domination. I love that map. That map has my heart. Love it. Now, the Forge beta, it was a problem. They updated the maps. Also, shout out to Call of Duty devs for actually fixing this map. They updated the doors, so when you're by that fountain side and you're not constantly having to open the doors constantly. Love that map. One of my favorites. Exposure, I like it. Definitely not top 10, but I love it. Imprint, it's good for maybe hardpoint. Not so much on domination, but if you're a comp player, this map is for you. But honestly, out of all these 15 maps, these are all good maps. I feel like they should definitely add some more cool ones, though. That's for sure. But that's what I gotta say.
All right. So heading with that taken care of, yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see which maps out of these they select for competitive and rank play. I do wonder about that. If I had to guess, Toshin, with how much they were with how much they were talking about it, is, I think that has a decent chance of being on there. I could see Blackheart being there, and part of me thinks they might add Scar in as the old map they have in the playlist, kind of like they did with Fringe last year, even though Fringe was a later edition. But we do have another old ranked map from BO2 coming back in Yemen, so that also may come out and surprise us and be part of that ranked playlist. So we will see for sure going into it. But that is all we have for the maps right now. And if you guys want, we can go in a little bit deeper, talk the in-depth playing angles, how it plays, how the flow is, and what may be the best spots for it if you guys want to see that. Next, we'll be going over the guns, and I'll let Terrence take that away.
All right. So honestly, honest opinion on the guns. I'm gonna start with the ARs first. ARs, M15. I mean, what can I say? This gun is just disgusting. I love the fire rate on it. The recoil is, honestly, I feel like, in my opinion, they need to either nerf the damage or the recoil, only because this gun in both of those sections is just really overpowered. But I love the gun. It's definitely one of my favorites. The AK-27. This gun is, like everybody knows it, it's Black Ops. It's a COD, special. It's definitely, I feel like the recoil could be, take it just a little bit. The damage on it is actually not bad. The movement within it's actually not bad at all. Starting with the base with no attachments or anything. Movement's great. Damage is great. The range on it could be tweaked a little bit, but regardless of the range, powerful gun in general. The MXR from BO4. What can I say? This gun is definitely like one of my favorites. I prefer it over the M15 only because of the damage. It does have slow fire rate, but it's a heavy hitting gun, so it's like you can't have best of both worlds with that one. I do like that one. The X9 Maverick. This gun in particular, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like it. Is it a 3-burst? Yes, some people love the 3-burst ARs only because the damage on it is really good. But personally, it's not one of my favorites. But it's a really good gun. Got the AR's diamond. Your boy like that. But regardless, the X9 Maverick is a really good gun. For some people. Now on to the next, we have the DS20 Mirage. This one, this can be a little fishy. I'm not gonna lie. This gun is definitely off. I don't know, something about it. I know the damage is really good, but the recoil can be a little wonky. Um, the handling's great, mobility is good if you have the right attachments. That gun is definitely top 10. Now we have the Peacekeeper MK1, everybody's favorite gun. I love it. The only problem I have with this is the recoil. I feel like I'm on like a nice, beach, and then all of a sudden a wave hits my gun and it doesn't know how to control. Don't know why, COD. I hope you fix it just a little bit. But regardless of the fact that's a BO2 special, love it. Oh, now, the subs. I pray to God everybody agrees.
Actually, I will take the ARs and kind of give my thing on it real quick, just to keep everything even. So I mean, there's not much more to say after that, really. But my favorite personally is the AK. Um, I feel like the M15 could be a tad bit stronger. It being a 5 shot, pretty much at the closest range, is a little bit wonky to me. I know that is like the aims, but aims, I'll say it, in terms of pubs and multiplayer in general, was a very average AR, very middle of the road. Um, it specialized mainly in accuracy, but lacked a lot in power. However, it was still, serviceable for pubs, so I'm not super mad at it. AK is my favorite. Um, if I had my wish, they would bump up the fire rate slightly, but it's serviceable and still good either way. My least favorite is the Peacekeeper and I hate that because I want to love it so much. It has such good fire rate. It feels like a sub with the range of an AR, but with recoil that you can barely control even with attachments. So hopefully within the first season they bump that down and buff that a bit. And if they even have to take away a little bit of the damage on it or the damage range, I'm fine with that. Turn it into a hybrid. I'm perfectly okay with that. Now, heading into the subs, I will get my part out of the way first because I haven't worked with the subs much, which is kind of heresy because I'm a sub main when it comes to competitive play. But I want to do those last so I can fully get a good grip on them and not have to worry about anything on the camo grind after those. What I do know, and what everybody knows, the Dravik is the best. Cut and dry, point blank, period. That is what it is. Um, and from what I've heard, especially from Terrence, which you guys will hear in just a minute, is that the Raiden is probably the lower end, maybe the worst. RK, possibly with the burst. But like I said, I haven't used it, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking on that. And I will let Terrence take it away for the SMGs.
All right, so in my opinion, like Jeff was saying, the Raiden, it's good, but the recoil for a sub like this kind of caliber isn't my favorite. It's definitely the bottom of the barrel in my opinion. Definitely can like I said before, the recoil can be changed a little bit. The firepower's great, but like close range, it can get a little wonky in my opinion. I don't prefer it, but the RK9. That's another weapon in my sight or my eyes. I just don't really enjoy. I'm not a. I want my subs to hit hard. It just feels good. The RK9, it's a 3 round. It can one shot somebody to the head, but if you're hitting them from the lower half down, it's kind of just not really good. Um, but that's just my opinion. Y'all might think different, but on to the next. Razor 9mm. This gun. Oh, let me get you started on this one. This gun right here is probably one of my favorites. Good fire rate, decent recoil to control. It's not bad. Love it. This is like probably right below the Dravik because Dravik's obviously number one. We're gonna get, but the Razor, great. Love the gun. The Dravik, don't really need to say much. It's been really good in the beta. They had to nerf it heavily in the beta. It's still a really good gun in the game's release. That's as much I can say. Top one. We have the Carbon 57. This gun, I used it a couple of times. It's definitely it's below the Dravik and the Razor, definitely top three. Yeah, I do like the recoil, the range on it is actually pretty good for a sub for some reason. The average damage is not the greatest. It definitely has like a lower damage than most of the subs in the list, but it's definitely up there. It's a contender. Now we have everybody's classic, the MPC 25 from BO2. Love it, great gun. In my opinion, I feel like all of these subs, even the RK9, has hella recoil. I get it, they're subs, they're supposed to have a little bit of kick to it, but I feel like some people can't control it. I can personally, but it's definitely. I feel like the subs need to get changed, just a little bit. But honestly, out of the whole subs, love every single one of them. Besides the RK9, that's like bottom, right with the Ryder 45K. But that's my opinion. I'm gonna leave it to Jeff.
All right, and with the main talking points of the guns out of the way, I'll just do a quick overview of what I know of the other ones. With the snipers, we have three. The triple burst, I haven't gotten much into that since the beta. The DSR remake, and then the semi-automatic. In my opinion, I think they should probably nerf the rate of fire on that semi-automatic a bit because it is too strong to be able to fire that fast. Um, Maybe make it like an SVD a little bit. The SVD still was a one shot basically to the shoulders up, but anything below that it wasn't. With this one, it's basically from the waist up. It's still a one shot. So hopefully they nerf that in the
It's
season
just
one
so annoying
update.
having to deal with
Excuse me.
spitters or
And
should have damn gun.
DSR. I mean, I'm not sure what the actual name. I think it's the VS1 in Black Ops 7.
Look,
It's still reliable sniper, the one your go-to, your baby, the one you keep tucked away just in case. That will always be the best, in my opinion, and my personal favorite.
close.
With the marksmans, we have the M8A1 returning. That's still as good as it always has been. Nothing's going to change on that, in my opinion. They may nerf it a bit because it feels like it's overpowered a bit. But it's not something crazy like the Dravik in its class. And we have a lever action and then another M14 style. I have not been able to use those yet. They look all right. The lever action's a one shot, or I think it's a semi-automatic. I don't know if it's technically a lever action, but it looks like the 30-30 repeater from Apex. So that's what I'm calling it, is the lever action. We have the shotguns. Not much you can say about those. You have the
you're so good.
automatic shotgun return from BO2. Haven't used that yet. There's your your standard pump shotgun and basically a pistol shotgun that I've seen used around. It looks like it'll be fine in close range. I wonder how that's going to play out as we get further into the game, how they manage those. And the LMGs, the first one you unlock, absolute trash. Like, they're good because they're LMGs, but absolute trash. It's a 3-shot to the head if you get all headshots.
These kids are
but the second one is where you can really shine. You can make that almost into a sub with a 50-round mag with the power of the LMG. Your movement is still not great, but it's still certainly very viable even against subs. And I believe, and then you have your pistols, launchers, etc. We're not going to go much into those just at this time because we haven't used them much, and nobody really cares about them. It's the Cap 40 and the TAC 45 and the B23R. That's all you need to know. They're the same guns. Now, going into gameplay, the movement feels really good. It was a really smooth integration, adding in the wall jumping, and
just lock in.
I really enjoy the game. It feels very smooth, flows very well, especially in the gameplay from Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7. Didn't seem like there was a lot that changed up, aside from the fact they did take away tac sprint and make that a perk. However, I don't hate that because it kind of slows the game down a bit, but not enough for it to be super noticeable or trip up your own gameplay. It's not like we're jumping back to 2012, 2010 with this movement and movement speed, because they did also increase the baseline speed. It's almost like you just have slipstream on in Black Ops 6. That's all it is. And I think that's a very good decision. It definitely forces people to choose, whether they want to be super fast or whether they want to be able to play it a little bit slower. And it makes you think a lot more of your perk loadout if you're going to go in that direction of speed. And I will give it to Terrence, let him say his final thoughts.
So, honestly, my final thoughts on the whole game itself, definitely the gameplay wise, I will admit the game definitely does feel different. A lot of people are saying, it's an add-on from Black Ops 6, it's a DLC. Honestly, it feels like a brand new game. I know some people say it every year. Honestly, I really do enjoy this game. The gameplay feels nice. The wall bouncing is definitely a different mechanic that everybody has to get used to. Definitely like the pros and everything. Everybody still try to get used to it. The guns feel great. The TTK on this game feels
Bro,
amazing.
I love the
Honestly, it's
PC
it's a
though.
really
That
smooth
shit's
game in
fire.
general. But like Jeff was saying, it definitely you gotta use your brain a little bit when you do the perks. Like you want to be fast, you want to be
Got this
tanky,
bitch level
you want to be
41.
stealthy. Like you
Holy hell.
definitely have to pick um, your type of style. And I also do like that you can actually mix your perks together. Like you can have tactician, or you can either have like you know the it's really just a mixture of everything combined in this game. It's honestly just I don't know. It's
What's
definitely a
the
great
max level
game.
for this
Like you
gun?
can have
Oh,
different types
42.
of
Okay.
specialties. Like you can have recon, but instead of having all those perks, you can have like scout. You can do an offensive and a stealth type of thing. So it's definitely kind of it's interesting what they did with this game. But honestly, I'm still trying to get used to the game and everything. But we will be back in a little while when we get all the camos done, and we'll be back to give an actual in-depth of the game. But my final
Getting
thoughts
there to
is this
unlock
game
a
is actually
system
it's
shot.
worth it. So I
Over
definitely
COD
advise y'all
level
to get it
2.
if y'all are definitely into COD. But if not, we understand. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
All right, thank you, Terrence, for that. And yeah, kind of piggybacking off what he said to finish us off, we will be back, especially when rank comes out. I will be bringing out gameplay and different strategies for the maps they bring out. There will be a road to iridescent that we will both be doing. Well, he won't be putting it on anything out there, but I will be on my end. He will be heavily a part of that. We will be playing a lot together on this ranked for this game, and we will do everything we can to hit iridescent level. I don't know what that's going to be, what the name of that is going to be, but we will have that, and we will do what we can to hit that. Give you guys good gameplay, give you guys good strategy, and especially give you guys good loadouts, so that you guys can hang when you get into those higher lobbies after watching our videos and strategies and implementing them. But for now,
the M15
that has
just
been
overpowered.
BTA LOL and
No
BTA
sense.
Kurama,
Like, it's a fucking
Terrence and
AR,
Jeff.
dude.
Thank you guys so much for joining in. We appreciate everybody stopping by. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.